Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
So it's breezy and comfortable right now, but the local forecasters are tracking a weekend warm-up. Brandon Rue will have all the details for you coming up in just a little bit. Plus, we're going to have a recap from night 3 of the Democratic National Convention and look ahead to what we can expect to hear from Joe Biden tonight. But first, justice for Flint. A multi-million-dollar settlement is reached, and now those affected by the water crisis are finally seeing some justice. That story does top our news here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. Today's $600 million preliminary settlement will compensate those who experience health problems because of lead-tainted drinking water. 80% of the net settlement fund will be spent on claims from children who were minors when first exposed to the Flint River water. Another 18% are to be spent on claims of adults and for property damage, and 2% will go to special education services in Genesee County. And about 1% will then go towards claims for business losses. Lawyers say that patience has paid off for the residents of Flint.
I want to thank the community, the people of Flint, the children, the adults, the business owners, the property owners, because they have stuck through this very horrible set of facts and circumstances that got them to be involved in this litigation at no choice of their own, but has stuck through these last 5 years to try and get to this point where there will be some semblance of justice.
We're also hearing from both the governor and the attorney general as this settlement deal is finalized. Here's our consumer investigator, Hank Winchester.
The people of Flint will certainly see this as a big victory. They have been waiting for years, and now they finally feel like progress is being made to help those most affected. Flint, a city that is still struggling, and the people directly affected by the water crisis have been waiting for years for some justice. This after lead poisoning that not only affected thousands, but took lives in the vehicle city, especially affecting children and seniors. Now some good news. A settlement reached in an ongoing legal case, and now more than $600 million being confirmed as the settlement deal. Governor Gretchen Whitmer had this to say: "What happened in Flint should have never happened, and financial compensation with the settlement is just one of the many ways we can continue to show our support for the city of Flint and its families." Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel released this video message.
The residents of Flint have endured more than most, and to draw out the legal back and forth any longer would have achieved nothing but continued hardship. By settling these lawsuits, it's my fervent hope that we can begin the process of closing one of the darkest, most painful chapters in our state's history, and starting a new one that begins with a government that works on behalf of all of its people.
We're working right now to get reaction from those directly impacted by this settlement, the people of Flint. We are making our way to the vehicle city. You'll see our report later today on Local 4. I'm Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
Thank you, Hank. A lawyer for the family of a woman who died in Harper Woods police custody is asking for officers to be charged after they were fired related to her death. Jeffrey Feiger wants former Deputy Chief John Borgich and Officer Michael Pinow to face obstruction and destroying evidence charges. Harper Woods officials say that the two were fired after trying to conceal and manipulate evidence in Priscilla Slater's death. Those officials aren't saying the officers were involved in Slater's death, but Feiger claims that they were.
At the end of the day, that they're directly responsible for her death by not providing medical care and treatment. And that's almost like torture. That's torture.
Right now, Michigan State Police continue their investigation into Slater's death. Right now, we want to get to some breaking news that we're following here at noon. Steve Bannon, a former advisor to President Trump, has been arrested for a fundraising scheme. Bannon and 3 others are accused of ripping off donors in an online crowdfunding campaign. Federal prosecutors say that they raised more than $25 million to build a wall along the southern border. Prosecutors say the group promised 100% of the donated money would be used for the project, but instead used hundreds of thousands of dollars on other things. Bannon led President Trump's 2016 presidential campaign and then held a top post in the White House. Also breaking here at home, the body of the second missing boater in Grosse Ile has been found. Police say they found the body of Father Stephen Rooney. He was 66 years old, and they found it about a mile off of Stony Point. On Wednesday, the body of 52-year-old Robert Childs was recovered from the Detroit River. The boat carrying 7 children and 5 adults capsized on Sunday. Right now, we want to keep you updated on your forecast on this Thursday or Friday Eve, as we like to call it around here. Meteorologist Brandon Rue is standing by, and it certainly is T-shirt weather, wouldn't you say?
It is nice, yes. Not quite as warm as we thought we would be at noon, shy of about 2 degrees from the forecast earlier this morning, but still warming and warmer than it has been all week at this hour. So temperature is 76 and bright sunshine over the Detroit River up into Lake St. Clair. We've got a big Bassmasters Elite tournament going on today and all the way through the weekend. Temperature is 78 in Mount Clemens. A lot of fishing boats just onto the water into Lake St. Clair. Only the American side, believe it or not, is what they're doing, I guess, because of COVID, international rules. Low and middle 70s for most. We've got a little southwest wind. Not much of a chop out there on the water, but could be upwards of 10, 12 miles an hour at times. And looking for temps of about 82 degrees this afternoon. All in all, not too muggy, but we do add both heat and humidity into the weekend forecast. We're going to be flirting with a lot of 90s coming up, Evrod.
All righty, Brandon. We will see you in just a little bit. Because right now we want to get you updated on the latest involving the coronavirus fight here in Michigan. Right now there's a total of over 94,000 cases across the state since testing began, with 616 new cases in just the past 24 hours. The death toll from the virus currently sits at more than 6,000, with 9 lives lost in the last day. As for college students, as they return to campus, the Washtenaw County Health Department is cutting the number of people allowed at outdoor gatherings. Effective today at 5 p.m., there can no longer be more than 25 people at outdoor social gatherings in Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti. Those cities are home to the University of Michigan, as you know, and Eastern Michigan University. And bringing the number down to 25, well, it was up to 100 people previously. Governor Whitmer is allocating $65 million in funding from the CARES Act, and that money will go to help schools and other educational organizations that have been impacted by COVID-19. The number of first-time unemployment claims has moved back above the 1 million mark amid this pandemic. The U.S. Labor Department reports first-time claims rose to a seasonally adjusted 1.1 million claims last week. It was 971,000 just the week before that. Economists hoped that it would stay below that 1 million line, indicating that the labor market is on a steady path to recovery. In the meantime, continued claims declined to 14.8 million, down from 15.5 just the week before. The Detroit Federation of Teachers has approved a strike vote, and that would allow the union to call a strike if contract negotiations break down with the district. According to union leaders, 91% of the membership approved the vote, and at issue is the district's return to school plan. The vote means that unless a compromise is reached, there will not be in-person instruction next month. The union says 80% of its membership wants to teach remotely. The district says it's confident that it can reopen schools safely. Classes are scheduled to begin on September 8th. All right, today is the last day of the Democratic National Convention, and it is Joe Biden's night. He'll be taking the same stage where his running mate reintroduced herself to America. Tracy Potts is in Washington, or rather in Wilmington, Delaware, for us this afternoon with the very latest.
All businesses recover. What happens now? We elect a president who will build back better.
Democratic nominee Joe Biden out with a new ad in 7 battleground states as he prepares to take the virtual stage tonight.
We're going to win this battle for the soul of America and to build our nation back better than it was even before this happened.
Biden follows Senator Kamala Harris, who called out President Trump as she made history, becoming the first black woman and first Asian major party nominee for vice president.
We have a president who turns our tragedies into political weapons. Joe will be a president who turns our challenges into purpose.
The main mission for Democrats is to fill in the blanks on Joe Biden and to make the case concretely for his policy program.
This afternoon, just hours before Biden speaks, President Trump heads to Biden's hometown, Scranton, Pennsylvania, to talk jobs, trade, and politics.
I don't know why it can't be my personality, but they're not fans, right?
President Trump brushing off an unprecedented attack from his predecessor.
No interest in treating the presidency as anything but one more reality show that he can use to get the attention he craves.
With more than half of voters polled uncertain or pessimistic about a Biden presidency, tonight he has to do more than just take aim at the White House. He has to prove he can take charge. Also on the program tonight, California's governor, Atlanta's mayor, and 4 challengers who dropped out and endorsed Biden. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Wilmington, Delaware.
Tracy, thank you. Still to come here at noon, devastating wildfires continue to spread across California. Find out why officials say things have gone from bad to worse.